guys, welcome back to another episode of Continuously Refined. I'm Shayna.
And I'm Sicily.
And guys, it's our 10th freaking episode.
Woo! I cannot
Yeah,
believe that. That's literally crazy that we've now filmed 10 episodes, recorded, whatever. I always say filmed, but it's fine.
I'm so proud of us and like what became a little idea in our text message chain and like what it's turned into. And I just can't wait to see where the next 10 episodes gets us and the people we continue to reach and the ways we continue to grow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really exciting milestone for Cicely and I on this fine Saturday morning because it is the 10th episode that we are releasing. So woo woo. We should have a
We
little
should celebrate
celebration.
when we're together next weekend.
Yes, guys, Cicely and I are not together and it's been really sad, but we're making it work.
Hmm.
And so we will be together next weekend. So yeah,
Yep.
let's celebrate. Maybe I'll make a cake.
I like that that's our go-to of celebrating, like a cake.
A cake, and we'll put the big number 10 on it.
Yeah, I love it.
So, in today's episode, we are going to dive into our morning and night routines and the idea of circadian rhythm, how that affects not just your sleep and you waking up, but all throughout your day, the way that it regulates your hormones and your digestion. And like we've said before, the body is one and it all works together. And I think this is going to be another great example of that.
Yeah. So before we get started, I have a quick question that Shannon doesn't know what I'm asking, but are you a morning or night shower? Because I feel like this is always a big deal and it kind of ties into what we'll talk about later.
Oh, shower. Okay.
You
I'm
say
not,
afternoon, I swear.
okay. Mid morning. I'm a mid morning shower. And now that I'm
Okay.
working in corporate America, interning, it's not really possible. And I shower after my workouts. So I
Yeah.
prefer to work out first thing in the morning and then shower mid morning. And I usually can make that work with my school schedule. But with the corporate America life, 8 to 5, that is not possible. So I don't work out till 6 and then I shower at 7. So currently, I'll say night shower.
Okay.
How
Good
about
shit.
you?
I'm a morning shower. Always have been. Like high school, would wake up at like 6 o'clock to get in the shower before school. It just like wakes me up. I don't know. I like it. But my roommate and I at school, like we argue about this literally all the time.
Yeah,
She's
no,
such a
if
night shower
that's
and doesn't understand how I shower in the mornings.
no, I have never done that. Never woken up before, like just school to go shower. So I'll go with night because definitely not that.
Not that. But let's get into it and we can talk kind of about, we'll start with what circadian rhythm is, because I know before I started kind of talking to my doctor and going on this wellness journey, I really had no idea about circadian rhythm. I'd never heard of it. Um, yeah, I knew nothing about it. I remember telling my parents about it. My mom was like, "Oh, I heard about it once or twice," but like we didn't know much about it at all.
No.
But it's basically it's your biological clock. So it's your body's natural ability to know when it's time to sleep, when it's time to wake up in the morning, and it's a 24-hour biological process that exists in every single living thing.
Yeah, it's really cool that our body has this 24-hour internal clock that we are regulated with the day. And I just want to like make the connection on how amazing God is that he literally formed us to go with the day. But your
Mhm.
circadian rhythm keeps your body in sync with day and night patterns. So you should be waking up right around when the sun is coming up, and you should be going to sleep not too long after the sun is going down.
Yeah.
The key to this entire circadian rhythm process is a cell in your eye and specifically in the retina, which I believe is kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's the photosensitive retinal ganglion cell. And that kind of is what light is a really big part of circadian rhythm. And so that light comes through the cell in your retina and then gives signals to your brain and the rest of your body. And our body systems are calibrated to the appearance and disappearance, again, of natural light. And so that's where your retinal comes in.
It's really crazy because you think about like farmers, like, back in the day, like, when that's kind of all, like, even just the US was, like, all these farmers, and the older societies, like, that's why they didn't really have time and clocks. They used to wake up with the sun, sleep with the sun setting, because naturally, that's how our bodies are programmed, and nowadays, we've completely messed that up. Our society promotes staying up late, texting, and being on your phone, which you have then, like, the blue light coming against your face, watching TikTok or a movie as you fall asleep, LED lights in your home, like, we even promote, like, getting as much work in as you can every single day and as late as you need to, and that has totally messed up all of our circadian rhythms and biological clocks.
Yeah, specifically those artificial lights that we have, the blue light is huge. Blue light, and the people who created our iPhones are not stupid. They wanted you to be addicted. They wanted you to stay up wanting what it was because it's a money game. So your phones have blue light, which is what keeps you awake, and it signals your cortisol to spike and your melatonin to drop. However, red light and what happens during sunset is it's red light that signals your body that it's time to go to bed, that it's time to start resting. As well as when we have all these LED lights um, in our ceilings, and those are super bright at 11 p.m., our body thinks that it's midday and that we should be awake. So we're really, really throwing our bodies off by having these lights and phones late at night when you're supposed to be going to bed.
Yeah, and circadian rhythm it's so important because it is naturally preparing your body for these, like, unexpected and expected changes that you'll face in your environment. So, like we said, it tells you when it's time to sleep. It kind of notifies your body when it might be time to eat, or it's time for you to move and do activity. And it also prompts your digestion in the morning, which is something that we've kind of mentioned in the past, when we've talked about how important it is for you to sleep and for your body to rest so that you're not throwing off this circadian rhythm.
And something my doctor had recommended me because my circadian was so off, circadian rhythm was really off, and it was I was having issues with my cortisol levels and my melatonin levels. So some recommendation she gave me is right when I wake up in the morning, one to wake up with the sunrise, but to immediately get outside and to visually look at the sunrise because those light waves are going into your retina, which then signals your body, okay, it's time to wake up. And when I used to wake up, I would not be hungry. Like I could go 2 hours and not be hungry. But by getting outside, literally within 5 days of consecutively standing outside right when I woke up, I was hungry within 30 minutes and I knew it was time to eat. As well, she recommended if I could to get outside in the evening as the sun was going down, visually see the red light that's coming from the sunset and that'll signal your body that the processes it's currently doing need to slow down and you need to go into night mode. So, if you're having trouble staying asleep throughout the night or waking up in the morning, I think it's an awesome, awesome, and free way to kind of get your body's circadian rhythm back on track. And I'm not saying it's easy, it's so challenging to find 20 minutes in the morning and in the night to go stand outside, but it helps drastically.
I remember when you went to that doctor's appointment and you called me after and you were like, "Cicely, like, my doctor told me I'm supposed to be, like, getting sun in the morning too, like, we could do it together, like, we'll wake up and whatever," and I don't think we've once done it together, but
No.
I remember just how excited you were to, like, learn about it, and like you said, like, within, like, such a short period of time, you notice those changes, and it is something that's so hard to do, and, I mean, everything we talk about is very hard to do, and you have to definitely be disciplined with it, but you see the results really quickly with a lot of this stuff, which is what's so awesome because it kind of motivates you to keep doing it when you see those results so fast.
Most definitely. I would highly, highly recommend it for anyone who has trouble sleeping. Turn also another recommendation, I might be kind of skipping ahead here, but it's on the top of my mind. Another recommendation is when that sun goes down, dim the lights in your house. Turn
Yeah.
off the LED lights in the ceiling and just keep a couple lamps on. In like if you have lamps in your room or in your living room, and just to kind of dim it down a little. We don't need to be walking around in full bright light all the time, and especially at night.
Yeah, 100%. You'll notice if your circadian rhythm is off pretty easily, but I think a lot of people don't connect it to their circadian rhythm. They kind of
Mm.
attribute it to these other things. So, a few reasons that you might notice that it's off: if you struggle with extreme dizziness, if you have decreased alertness, you're just noticing you're not quite as alert as normal, you're kind of just feeling out of it, like off, you're having problems with memory and your decision making. As Shannon talked about, your hunger cues are off, or your digestion is poor, and your melatonin and cortisol production and regulation is completely off. And all of these things together kind of just make your body feel off. Like you'll just be kind of feeling out of it. You won't really know what to attribute it to. I feel like with so many illnesses and different things, you can really be like, oh, it's this. I can like attribute it to this one thing. But all of those things just kind of make you feel almost a little crazy of like, you're just like, what is happening? Like, how can I fix this?
Yeah, it's wild because I think a lot of people experience these symptoms and they think it's other things, or it's just the natural way that we should be living in our 21st century. And
Yeah.
it is not how not how it's supposed to be or how it has to be. And so I think that's a really good reminder to a lot of people to kind of get back to nature, get back to the old ways
Mhm.
that we used to be doing things. Because you should be feeling good. Like
Yeah.
you should be having enough energy to get through the day and not have an afternoon crash.
Yeah.
So it's a good reminder of that.
It also will increase your risk of a lot of different diseases if you aren't trying to prioritize your circadian rhythm. So it and this isn't like to scare anybody, it's just like a little fact. But it increases the risk of cancer, heart disease, diabetes, obesity, dementia, depression and anxiety is super tied to this, bowel movements and stomach issues, and it harms your ability to think, as we said before, with kind of the decision making you might be struggling with.
It's crazy that all of these, like the cancer and the diseases that you just talked about and mentioned, are so much more prevalent in today's society than they were 100 years ago. And I don't think people are making the connection enough that these are preventable.
Yeah,
Like, I read an article that said less than 10% of cancer is hereditary. And we think, oh, if your mom has it, you're going to get it. That is
yeah,
not true at all. It's the way that you live your life. And 90% of these things, I mean, I'm throwing that number out there. So it's not 100% accurate, but the way that you live your life can prevent a majority of these things from happening. And circadian rhythm is just one of those things. So,
yeah, and even if they don't completely prevent it, they can definitely lessen the effects of it, and your body can react much better when you do come down with a disease of some sort, or even you get sick in general. Your body will be able to fight that so much better when you're giving it all these natural things to help prevent it instead of trying to solve it with, like, the normal things that we always talk about our
yes,
society trying to solve.
exactly. So, we have a few tips to help your body's natural circadian rhythm, and especially in the environment that we currently live in, we want to help you and give you tips and tricks to live your best life. So, the first one is to sleep at least 8 hours a night. And that's a really big one. They always say, like, 7 to 9 hours of sleep. That's great. Another big one is try to go to bed and wake up around the same time every single morning, every single day, because then your body, it's a rhythm. It's a circadian rhythm. Your body gets in the rhythm. It knows, okay, it's around 10 p.m. I should be going to bed. It's around 7 a.m. I should be getting up. And if you can try to go to bed and wake up within a 30-minute to an hour window every single day of the week, this will really, really help. So, getting 8 hours of sleep every night and 8 hours of good sleep allows your brain to detoxify and rest and kind of recharge so it's ready for the next day. As well, eating within that midday window. So, an 8 to 10 hour window when you wake up. Do not put anything in your mouth, food between the like 2 to 3 hours before you're going to bed, because your body shouldn't be digesting food while you are sleeping. If it has to go through digestion, that means that your brain and your body processes are awake and working when they should be sleeping and resting.
Another great thing is to spend at least 30 minutes outside throughout the day, whether you work in the corporate world and this is on your lunch break or right after work, or you're a student in college like us and you're waking up and you're gonna get that 30 minutes in, or you decide to walk to class instead. Any time that you can spend outside, even if it's not directly in sunlight. We think so often, and I first made this mistake when my doctor was telling me, like, "Oh, like, the next point is wake up and get natural sunlight on your face immediately," is what Shayna kinda talked about earlier, and the first mistake I made was like, "Oh, well, it's rainy today," or, "Oh, it's super cloudy, like, I'm not gonna go outside because that's not getting sun on my face." And my doctor had me download in one of our appointments this, like, light app on my phone that could measure, like, the amount of something, I don't even remember what it was, but outside, and the difference inside to outside, I think it was, like, around, like, 400 when I was inside, and it jumped up to, like, 1,200 when I went outside, and it was a cloudy day, and I wasn't even facing where the sun was supposed to be, like, it was insane, and I was like, he was proving the point of, like, you need to get outside because it's so important for your body, whether the sun is out or not.
Another thing with that, and we had talked about the LED lights, slowly waking up in the morning. You don't need to, right when your alarm clock goes off, go run and turn on your light so you immediately hits you. Kind of slowly wake up, open a window or two, go stand outside. And then when you come back in, then turn on the LED lights. So you're not like shocking your body to wake up so quickly. And then in the evenings, like we said, dim the household lights, turn on some lamps. I love using a red light right before I'm going to bed, and that's been really, really helpful to signal to my body that it's time to go to bed. It's also great for your skin, and kind of preventing like wrinkles and things like that. A good
Yeah,
key, socializing with people. Do you want to talk about that one, sis?
sure. Another really big thing is just socialize with people and get out. Having community and being in contact with people, it just helps with depression, it helps with anxiety, it helps with all these things we've talked about, and it's really important part of this biological clock because we were born to be in community with one another, and that is naturally we're supposed to socialize, and if you're stuck inside all day and you're not talking to people and you're not socializing with people, it's gonna throw off your circadian rhythm because that is not what we're innately born to do.
So true. And again, exercise, even if it's just a walk around your neighborhood, especially like exercise is a great time to get outside, go do something active. Um, like play some volleyball, hit the volleyball around with your friends, go play some pickleball, go on a walk. Or lift weights too, do your yoga, Pilates, that's great. But if you can do an exercise outside, that you're just hitting two check mark and boxes. If you're gonna do an intense workout, do it in the afternoon, for like best energy, best results kind of thing, which is hard for me. I'm such a morning workouter. Um, but you definitely don't want to be working out right before you're going to go to bed because working out spikes your cortisol. It's a stressor, it's a good stressor, and it's getting your heart rate up and your blood pumping. But if you're doing that late at night, right before you're going to bed, again, one more thing you're doing to kind of throw off your circadian clock. And so, definitely, if you can, do it in the morning or the afternoon. And our final tip is just to avoid blue light late at night as much as possible. So, not going on your phone right before bed, like 30 minutes to an hour before bed. If you are going to use your phone, throw on some blue light blocker glasses. That is huge. I personally, right before I'm going to bed, love to pick up a book and read for like 20 to 30 minutes, maybe journal or pray. And that's the time where I'm sitting in front of my red light. And I have noticed a huge, huge difference in that.
Yeah, putting your phone away before bed is it's so helpful. I did it for Lent. So for 40 days, I put my phone, like plugged it in across the room because that's another thing. Like you charge your phone or you're on your phone while it's charging, the like electromagnetic fields are even worse then. And so
Yeah,
I
the
put my
EMFs.
phone like so far across the room and I would put it away probably I think like like the minute I started getting ready for bed, so like an hour before, and it was great, and I noticed, like, it was just also nice, even just, like, a psychological part of, like, you're not going to bed thinking about all the things you just saw on your phone or thinking about all the people that were just texting you or everything, like and at first, my friends were so mad because they were like, "We always text you at this time, now you're not responding." And I'm like, "Oh, it's fine. You'll reach me in the morning."
Yeah. And I know this is a lot, and especially if you're not doing any of these things to immediately incorporate it, it would be really hard, but maybe pick 1 or 2 things to try this week or to try tomorrow. And then next week, add in another thing and see if you're noticing a difference and if your body is changing. Really, we a big thing we talk about is not creating fast change, but creating change that will last
Yeah.
and creating those lifestyle changes that you can incorporate forever. So that
That's
is
such a
our
hard one because, I mean, I'm such and I've talked about this before, like a all or nothing person. So, like, I read one article and I'm like, "Circadian rhythm, yep, okay, I'm gonna do it all in 1 week," and, like, that's just not realistic, and you're just setting yourself up for failure there. But if you slowly incorporate it and you, like Shana said, you pick one thing. I've even been trying to do this summer with the blue light specifically. I was really stressed at work. I have, like, 2 big monitors and then my laptop, and I was like, "That is a lot of blue light on me every single day, and I was like, "You know what? This isn't something I can control, I can't really change that." But on Thursdays and Fridays, I'll turn off my monitors for the morning and only use my laptop, and that's just, like, my kind of little detach, and then I also started bringing blue light glasses to work because I'm like, "Those are the little things that I can do to try to help this." It's not something I can necessarily completely change, but I can make these small little changes.
I like that. I need to be doing that. I'm in the exact same boat with 2 monitors and a laptop. It's like, okay, 8 AM to 5 PM, that's what I'm
Right?
staring at. So, blue light blocker, glasses, great thing. And I like the not just using your 1 laptop in the
Yeah.
morning if you can.
Yeah, I really don't always need the monitors, and so I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna push myself to try that on Thursdays and Fridays so that I'm not, like, stressed about it every single day," but
Yeah.
makes me feel a little bit more in control of the blue light, so it's helpful.
So good. I know we had wanted to talk a little bit about morning and night routines. Cicely, can you give a rundown on what your morning looks like and what your night
Yeah.
looks like?
Yeah, I'll start with my morning routine, and honestly, this one is has been a priority this summer of, like, I want to work on my morning routine a lot because I think I'm such a, like, I wanna do things early in the morning,
Mhm.
so I'll have an 8 AM class or a 9 AM class, or I get up, I go to work by 7:30 or 8, and that doesn't leave me a lot of time because 'cause I'm not good at waking up, so it doesn't leave me a ton of time to get up in the mornings, but I know in high school I had an awesome morning routine and I was really good about it's super important not to look at your phone the first thing you wake up, and I'm really bad at that now, but my goal for a morning routine would love to be I wake up, I get up within, like out of bed within, like, 15 minutes of waking up, and I didn't go on my phone right away. I just let myself kind of naturally wake up and, like, process the day ahead. I like to set kind of, like, intentions and just, like, slow myself down a little bit, especially I feel like with work, I've been very rushed and, like, constantly rushing, and I'm like, "I don't have to be at work by a specific time, so I really have no reason to be rushing. I can take the
Mhm.
morning slowly." But my morning routine lately has been really simple of just I wake up, I go wash my face, brush my teeth, get changed, do my hair and some makeup, and go make my breakfast, and I'm out the door for work. So lately, it's definitely been very simple. I would like to incorporate getting that sunlight again. I used to go for morning walks, which was always really awesome.
That's
Um,
huge.
yeah, I'm also a really big workout in the morning person, so if I can get back to that during the school year, probably when I have maybe a few later classes, but that's kind
Yes.
of my morning routine. What does yours
That's
look like?
so good. Also changing right now because we're in summer and I have an internship, so it's a little different, but I will set my alarm and immediately wake up, open the windows to get, like, sunlight in, go brush my teeth, wash my face, change, um, put some makeup on, go make breakfast, and then while I'm right before I make breakfast, I usually try to go sit out on the patio, drink some spearmint tea, bone broth, and read my Bible for, like, 5 minutes, if
Nice.
I like, 10 minutes. I
Mhm.
try not to rush it, but I gotta get to work, and then I'll eat breakfast and get on my way, and like you said, I'd love to sit out front or even take a walk around the block for, like, 20 minutes would be great, but this is what's working for me now. So getting in those little things, and doing the best we can.
Yeah. Then I definitely prioritize my night routine a lot more. My night is definitely a time for me to slow down, and especially now working, just being so busy during the day and sometimes really stressed, like coming home and just having that time. And so at night, I'll do kind of the same thing of wash my face, brush my teeth. But I also always dim the lights when I'm getting ready at school. I'm really good about like completely turning off the lights and getting ready by candlelight, which is like a little bit aggressive, but I really like doing it. Or at school, I'll even every Monday I would take like a detox bath with essential oils to just like really relax my body. But now that I've been home, I'll come in my room. I put on a lavender diffuser every single night. I lay in bed, I'll read my Bible, my devotional for the day, and then read my book normally for kind of around like 30 to 45 minutes. And all in that time, like my phone was plugged in, it was put away, and I'm not going back on it. It's just like it's my time to reset and to not be by light. I always only have like my lamp on while I'm getting ready. And that's honestly my favorite part of the day is I love my night routine of just it's my space, it's my time to just relax, and no one but God is entering that space with me.
Mm, that's so good. I know, I feel like mornings can be kind of rushed because
Yeah.
you, like, have somewhere to be, but nighttime is awesome, and like you said, the biggest thing for me is plugging my phone and putting it away before I even start my nighttime routine. So before I'm even brushing my teeth, washing my face, putting my pajamas on, phone is away and done, so then I can start, my hour, 45 minutes to go to bed. I turn on my red light, um, wash my face, brush my teeth, and then pretty much just lay in bed and read a book. I'll read my Bible, pray, read a book, and then go to bed and try to
Mhm.
get as much sleep as I possibly can. I've started sleeping with my like shutters and curtains open so that
Oh.
in the morning, like when the sun rises right around 6 o'clock, my alarm doesn't go off till 6:30, but starting at 6, that sunlight is kind of getting into my room.
Mhm.
Um, and then I'm naturally waking up before my alarm even goes off because I'm using the
Right.
sun cues as my alarm. So that's been a really cool adjustment that I've just started making.
Yeah, that's something I always struggle with when I come home because I don't have curtains, I just have, like, the shutters, and so it really doesn't block that much light. So in the mornings, like, I will kind of naturally wake up with the light, and I mean, if I'm tired, I can definitely sleep through it. But I even realized that on FaceTime the other day with someone at, like, 7 in the morning, and I was like, "It's dark in your room and it's light in mine." Like, but that's a really smart idea because it's something that'll really help you. It reminds me of, like, the little, like, Hatch. Have you seen the Hatch alarm clock?
Yes, I would love to get
I
one,
know.
but just opening the windows is $100 cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would love to get one. Hatch alarm clocks are awesome. They do that. They kind of lightly get brighter right as
Mhm.
the alarm is going to go off. And then they also have like a sunset mode. They're really, really cool.
Yeah,
Super, super
potential.
cool.
Hmm.
Yeah,
When we make better money, we can purchase them.
for sure. When we actually have corporate jobs and not do internships. I know. Yeah, lots of change going on over here, but it's all been so good. And we're so happy that we were able to kind of share it with you guys. Hopefully, you could take something away, learn something new. The circadian rhythm is a huge thing. We go through it daily,
Yeah.
and it's good just to know the processes that your body goes through so you can be aware and make changes to improve them.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, just pick one of the things we talked about and make that your goal for the next couple weeks of, "I just wanna implement that one thing," and let us know what changes you see, and we're excited to hear about your guys' stories with this. I think circadian rhythm it's honestly one of my favorite things and one of my favorite topics we've talked about because it so is something that relates to everyone, and
Mm,
everyone can pick a small thing that resonates with them to try.
yeah, it's so good. So try something new. Hopefully, you guys can feel better, wake up on your own, go to bed at a decent time. And thanks for listening to the 10th episode of Continuously Refined.
We will talk to you guys in 2 weeks on Wednesday, and episodes drop at noon.
Woo woo. Okay. Bye.
Bye.